drug him these prescription pills without him noticing. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie and today we are back with another
Dun dun!
Mukbang! Woo! I'm excited because I haven't done a car mukbang in a really long time, and let me just show you guys the food before we put it down.
You guys like my human tray?
The human tray. You are the human tray. We got a bunch of things from two different places. First is Chick-Fil-A. We got this spicy chicken burger, which you guys know is my favorite burger, and he got the spicy chicken biscuit burger thing. And we got waffle fries here. And then from Shake Shack, he got a crispy chicken sandwich so he can kind of taste test. It's like a versus. And then I got the Shake Shack burger. I wanted to get the chicken sandwich because it would have made more sense, but I was craving a burger, so what can you do? And we got a bunch of sauces here. So we're just going to start eating. It's so good. Sorry guys, let me take a couple bites first. Ooh. Ooh, how romantic. Okay.
Too sweet.
Really?
Yeah.
And then we're going to test out this, my favorite chicken sandwich with some buffalo sauce. I'm straight up in heaven. And your girl's favorite, mustard. So today's story times, we're going to be talking about some random things really. I didn't even plan on doing a mukbang, but I was so hungry. I was like, let's do a car mukbang. So, damn, you're killing it. The other day, we popped some wine bottles when we were drinking champagne the other day. And I got reminded of this, right? This happened a couple months ago when I was trying to cook like champagne chicken. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like this really nice champagne braised chicken. Like, it's so good. And I got a big bottle of champagne so that I could braise a bunch of chicken in it.
And you end up braising yourself?
So I don't really like popping champagne bottles. I don't like the noise. I don't like the anticipation.
Oh.
So I call him over. And I'm like, babe, can you open this champagne bottle? And he's like, yeah. And he's usually amazing at opening champagne bottles. Like it never really makes that loud of a noise. It usually just pops right open. It's all good.
I enjoy opening it more than drinking it.
Mm-hmm. So he's really good at it. But then for some reason, something came over him that day. He pops it and I hear a loud pop and just like champagne, like, you know, you can hear the fizz just fall to the floor. And I look over and he's entirely drenched from head to toe in champagne. What happened?
Why?
Mr. Champagne, what happened?
It's the right way to open it.
Mm-hmm.
Call for celebration.
Call for celebration. I died. Okay. So today's story time is going to be kind of unjust story times. If you guys are the types of people who like happy endings, wow, you killed it. Who only like happy endings, who think that the world is perfect, you might be triggered by this and you should probably click out. But the reason I'm telling these stories on this type of video is because I think only like my OG people, you know, watch the car mukbangs. And I feel like there will be less hate. So we're just going to do like a deep girl talk with my fiance. So I think when you're younger, and I think I'm going to get a lot of hate by people who are younger on this video,
Are you now?
I genuinely feel like when you're younger, you are always told to do the right thing. Like, you gotta do the right thing. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you always have to do the right thing, right? Which is all good and fun and cute. But I realize when you're older, you're always told to just mind your own business. Like, it doesn't matter if you're doing the wrong thing. Just, like, mind your own damn business. Don't get involved in other people's lives and shit, right?
Bam.
Holy shit.
That looks huge, huh?
That looks amazing,
It's
though.
juicy.
I can't believe you put mayo in it. And I think that's kind of what happened with the ocean story. It's good? Better?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Chick-fil-A might be better.
What? Chick-fil-A is $2 cheaper. With the whole ocean thing, my mom told me, do the adult thing. Don't mind, like, don't get in people's business because you'll suffer from it. And a lot of people were pissed off at me.
Who?
A bunch of people. And I feel like when you hear something on the internet like that, like, I totally agree. This is ketchup too. Like, I totally agree. Like, when I hear people saying what they did on the internet, I'm like, you idiot, you could have done this and this and this. But that's because I'm watching with a very logical mindset. But I think when you're in that situation, obviously everything changes. So it got me thinking, what other things did I do that's going to piss you guys the F off? Pretty much.
Right.
And I need your advice because I'm still young. I think people forget that I'm 20 freaking 2. Oh my god, I'm 22 now. And so obviously I make mistakes. I'm growing. I'm learning. You guys are a part of that process. Now, the first thing that happened, the first story, the Shake Shack just looks prettier, no? Look at how pretty that looks. So I had a friend, and she had a boyfriend. Now, I'm friends with a friend. I'm not friends with a boyfriend, and I think that's how most of it works. Like, I'm friends with Alex. I'm not, like, best friends with Dan. I like Dan. Dan and I would consider each other friends, but again, at the end of the day, my priority is Alex. You know what I mean? Like, if Dan does something wrong to Alex, I'm not going to be like, Alex, well, think about what Dan was thinking. I'd be like, oh, shit, we're going to go fight Dan together. You know what I mean? So that was kind of like the situation. I wasn't as close to her as I am with Alex, but let's just see it like that. Like, she had a Dan. Now, she was keeping a big secret from Dan. Her Dan. So we're going to call this girl Ellie. That's my massage therapist's name. And we're going to call the boyfriend Todd. So Ellie and Todd had been dating for a minute. When Ellie was diagnosed with something that's contagious. I think you guys are catching what I'm throwing down. She went to the doctor. The doctor told her, hey, you have this. It is contagious. You gotta let all the people that you have had contagious relations with know what's up so that they can get rid of it. Thankfully, it wasn't like a huge thing that's like, you can't get rid of it. It was something that you can get rid of. Totally fine. But you gotta let them know so they can also take the medicine and get rid of them. Because if you keep this disease untreated for a long time, you're gonna like see like health decline. And so one day she tells me, she's like really emotional, she's really upset, and she's like, you know, this is what happened. I can't tell my boyfriend because he would leave me. Like, he would never love me again. He's one of those guys that just wouldn't be understanding, you know. So I'm like, okay, like, what's wrong? And then she tells me what happened. This is what the doctor says. And I was like, oh, okay. She's probably telling me this, asking me how I would tell my fiance, how she should tell her boyfriend, like, advice like that. But no. she goes on to tell me that the reason that she's telling me this is because she wants me to help find a way to not tell her boyfriend, but somehow feed him the medicine. Like, pretty much drug him with the cure for what he may or may not have. He may have it, he may not have it. Nobody freaking knows. Like, you have to go to the doctor for it. It's like, you can't diagnose yourself with it. Like, you can't go on WebMD and do it. And so she told me this.
Go where?
WebMD.
What is that?
You know that online website where you put in your symptoms and then it tells you have cancer?
Really? I didn't know they exist.
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking like, oh my god, she's like not even gonna tell her boyfriend that she had this. And I was like freaking out, right? And I was like, there's no way she's gonna go through with it. She's gonna end up telling her boyfriend. There's no way she can drug him these prescription pills without him noticing. Like, what is she gonna do? Like, shove it down his throat while they're making out? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. And so I was like, no, like, this isn't really happening. And here's where it gets fucked up. She didn't give him the medicine. Like, so she didn't want to tell him and she wanted to give him the medicine, which I don't really know how the medicine works. Like, if you don't have it and you take the medicine, does something bad happen? If you do have it and you take it, it's 100% guaranteed that you're not going to have it anymore. Like, she wasn't going to tell him, so he wasn't going to go to the doctor and, like, get diagnosed and get treated the right way. She was just going to pretty much drug him. And so, by that point, I know you guys are already thinking, well, you should have done something. Like, yeah, but what the hell am I supposed to do? I barely talk to this guy. I don't like this guy. I don't know this guy, right? She's my friend. And so I'm thinking, okay, you know what? This is really shady. This really reflects on her character. Like, maybe we shouldn't be friends anymore. But I should mind my own business. Because that's what you're always freaking told. Mind your own damn business, right?
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive. But, like, they're, like, going about their lives. He has no idea that she had this. Maybe still has it. That he might have it. That he might still have it. Is that not crazy? Right? I don't think it's something that is putting his life at risk. From what I've known, because I've Googled it. I've looked it up. You know, I wanted to see. I don't think his life is at risk, but it's just not morally right? But let's say I do tell him. Do you know what that means to me for a girl? That's like complete war. That is literally war. Like, she would come for me, she would come for my fiance, like, so it's just like a weird pickle that I was in. Like, I'm just hoping that he'll get his annual checkup and that will be included. I think the thing is, I'm trying to protect me and my fiance first, right? Rather than a random guy that I don't know. Because I do know for a fact that if I do say something to him and she knows it, like, that's it. Like, she's going to, like, raise hell. So it just got me thinking the other day. I was, like, telling him, I was like, you know, it's so weird. When you're younger, everyone's all about, like, doing the right thing. But then when you're older, it's all about doing the adult thing. Like, being mature, minding your own business. I will say this, though. I think if what she had was, like, life-threatening or, like, a very serious one, I'd probably have told him. But since from what I Googled, it didn't seem as serious. This is so good.
Is there an end to that story, or that was it?
That's just the end. Like, what do you guys think? Like, isn't it just one of those stories that you really can't have a happy ending? Because if I do tell this guy that I don't even really know, he might not even trust me. he 100% is going to tell the girlfriend who is my friend, and like she's the type that isn't gonna just be like okay with it. Like she's going to come for me. Like I'm talking really come for me and my fiance. And so
Come for me.
it's just like one of those situations where there's no win-win. And if I don't tell him, then I live with like this like, maybe I should have told him, and like, but maybe I shouldn't have. It's just like you just never know. And I feel like once you become an adult, like I think when you're a kid, you just have this moral compass. Like it's like a superhero. When you're a kid, you're a superhero. You're like, I don't care. I'm doing what's right. I'm sacrificing myself for what's right. But then I realize the older I get, it's all about protecting my family. You know what I mean? It's just one of those situations where I was put in and I just wish I didn't know. I wish I was oblivious to the entire thing. I wish nobody told me anything. I didn't know who had what, who needed to take what medicine. Like, I just wish I didn't know, because now I can't do anything. I don't know. I mean, maybe she told him. I have no idea. I haven't really followed up with her on this subject. But it's just a situation where it was super shitty. But I do feel like if I had to do it over again, and I know people are going to be upset by this answer, I think I would have to protect us first. Right? And I think your mentality changes when you turn into like a family mentality. Because that's what I am these days. Even though I don't have kids, like we're getting married, we have dogs, we're talking about kids. And so I have a very strong like family mentality. Like, this is my family, don't touch my family. So it's just, I don't know. It's just... like, I think if I was in high school, I would have totally told him, because it's the right thing to do, right? Because I had nothing to lose. But now it's like... But I hope you guys are okay with this story and enjoyed it. I know it was like an impromptu mukbang, and I know there's going to be a lot of haters on this video because the ocean story got so many haters. But at the end of the day, when you're in that position with what you know, I think I tried to make the best decision for myself. And maybe 5 years down the road, my mind will change and I'll regret what I did. Because at this point, this is who I am, and then I might grow to be a bigger and better person. But as of right now, this is the decision that I made because this is what I knew to do. And so I hope you guys will be a little bit more understanding than the ocean situation. And by you guys, I mean the people who were like, I hope your dogs get stolen. I hope your dogs get kidnapped. Like, karma's a bitch. Like, you deserve to die. Like, people were getting really upset about the ocean story. And I don't want to just share the stories where I did the right thing. Like, I want to share the stories that open up a discussion. Maybe I didn't do the right thing. Maybe I did the bad thing, and maybe it's serious, because I don't know, I just don't want to be that person on YouTube that's like, I'm only going to share these stories where I am like the superwoman. That's it. That's all we have for you guys today. We have so many errands to run, and then we're going to go to the gym after to burn off this fries and Shake Shack. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's car mukbang, and I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for being understanding people and loving and supportive, and I will see you guys in the next video. Also guys, before I go, I just want to show you guys this super cool thing. There's this app called Personal Capital, which is right under the red Vanguard app right there. Yeah, right there. Personal Capital is an app where you pretty much add in your 401k, your IRAs, your investments, and like your bank accounts and stuff. It pretty much budgets for you. And I also have the app. He's been using it for about 2 years, and I started using it maybe like a year ago, and it kind of like syncs. It doesn't like take your bank account information. It's not like starting a new account or anything. It just syncs it all so you have it in one place. So you don't have to go into like all of these investment accounts, this Chase account, this Bank of America account. Like, it's all in one place. You can see how much you spent, and it even breaks down your spending, like how much you spent on eating out, how much you spent at like Target, like even if you used completely different credit cards and stuff. And it keeps track of like how much money you pulled from your investments, how much money you put in that month. And
so it shows like basically like how total like like your net worth is.
Yeah.
How much you have in investment, how much you have in spending, how much income you have this month compared to last month.
Okay.
How does your portfolio doing? You know, how are you doing with your investments? And they give like suggestions. Like, for example, let's say you're investing in 401k, and it will tell you, okay, so let's say if you only invest in 401k, so they will say, okay, so well, 100% of your portfolio is in stocks. You should diversify a little bit more into bonds or into other assets to reduce the risk.
So-
So it's like analysis on all your accounts.
And what I realized is it's hard to get analysis without having a lot of money to invest or having like paying someone tons of money. And so that was my problem. Like I had money, a little bit of money, not a lot of money, and I didn't know what to do with it. And so when he told me about this app, it's like very easy. It's almost like having your own little consultant, and they do
and
it.
People and you know how people always ask
Oh,
you
yeah.
how to do budgeting, right?
Yeah,
How do I
people
budget?
always ask
right?
how I budget or
So,
how you budget.
Yeah,
or
and
you budget.
this gives you a really good overview.
Yeah.
So you pull out the app, you go through it. Takes a couple minutes. You see everything about your account. So
Yeah. So it's like a little easy startup money manager, pretty much. So it's really nice. I would go download it, but the reason I'm telling you to go download it is not because I want y'all to be financially happy, which I do. You also get a $20 Amazon gift card from Amazon if you sign up and you link one of your investment accounts, which is like a 401k or an IRA. You'll get a $20 gift card just for linking it. Like if you already have one, that's perfect because you already have one. So you can just link it and then you get $20 for free. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.